So let's end the debate. Who's going to win, spinning mop pads or mop rollers? Hello everyone, this is Just a Dad. So in today's video, we're going to explore who is the best at mopping up muddy paw prints, really big mess. So on the left, I've got the Roborock Saros 10R. It's got your spinning mop pads. We've got the Mova P10 Pro spinning mop pads. We got the Eovax X9 Pro Omni, Yuthi E25, and the E25 has the new and improved dirty water tank. We also have the Yuthi S1 Pro. Now the video is going to be pretty long. I'm going to show you each one, how they clean up these big muddy messes. Now keep in mind, even though a robot may do a really good job of cleaning up a muddy mess, it still has to pass all of my testing to earn the world famous Just a Dad sticker seal of approval. These are some of the top selling robots, and there's been lots of debate whether mop rollers do a better job or spinning mop pads, and I think you're going to be very surprised with the results. Now, while I was making this video, I also came across something. I turned the artificial intelligence on and off on all of these. Now, the Yuthis don't have it, but the Eovax has artificial intelligence that can recognize stain. Same with the Mova and same with the Roborock. So check out those individual videos where I turned the artificial intelligence on and off, and you'll see if it cleans any better with it on or off. And I also have a video on the E25 and E28, the new dirty water tank that you have to get from Yuthi, because the old dirty water tank was dripping dirty water. And you can find all the robots that I approve of at justadadapproved.com. It's a website. I do use links, so if you purchase the product using the link in my show description notes on this YouTube video, or in a little pop-up in the video, or on my website, justadadapproved.com, the products won't cost you anymore, but I will get a small commission from the sale. I am an Amazon affiliate, Walmart affiliate, YouTube affiliate. It's a way of helping support my channel because I've had so many comments on who cleans better, mop rollers or spinning mop pads. Again, this video is brought to you by my very own website, justadadapproved.com. So sit back and relax and enjoy the video. So it's seeing that as an obstacle. Okay. That happens because it's really dark dirt, which I don't know. First time I did this test, it didn't do that. There's that side brush you can extend. That did a great job in the corner. Doesn't like to go under furniture too much, but it is kind of tall. Now, I even bought a special light so that I'm trying to figure out how we can see how this thing's doing. Like, it's putting down a lot of water. I know, I'm trying to do things that'll help the video. Trying to see if I can find the drips or something. But we'll see. Okay, here we go, dirt. So that's doing a really good job. Now this dirt, granted, is wet. That's the easiest kind of mud to pick up. Dried on dirt is definitely going to be a lot harder. But I do have it on 2 passes. Wow, that is doing a good job. It's vacuuming and mopping. I'm trying to see if I can see the drips. Nothing yet. All right, there it lifted the mop pad, but it should do 2 passes. There, it's back to cleaning again. So it looks like it's gonna do the perimeter of the room again. That's good. I like when second passes do the perimeter of the room. Man, When it can go into the corner, it does an excellent job. I think it's just too bright for the video. Let me know what you think in the video. Yeah, look at that corner. Nothing. Maybe this time it'll go. Oh yeah, that did a great job. Wow. Boy, the second pass is pretty amazing. All right, now I'm gonna get military style. We gotta see what's going on. All right, I'm gonna see if I can see some drips. That's where the drips would be. Right there's where the drips would be. All right, I'm gonna try to get it. All right, we're gonna zoom in. All right, here's where I gotta go. I don't see any drips. Are we having fun? Okay, here's when it drips. Traveling back.
Task finished. Heading home.
Okay. I gotta get up. Okay, no drips. I would have drips by now. No drips. You know, I mean, we gotta have fun. We gotta see. So, it made it back. Ooh, look at that dirt. Now, in my opinion, this is what a dirty water tank should look like. It did scrape. This little handle needs on the different side. I can't get this handle here. Hold on. Had to put the phone down. See, where's the dirt go? See, okay. Where does the dirt go? There's no dirt in here. So that tells me that it's the dirt, the brush roller is full of dirt, and that it's not scraping it off like it should. Now, granted, we didn't get any drips, so that I do think that's fixed. I got to do more testing, but that was just the first pass. But see, I mean, you can't say these are better if they're doing the same thing. That is full of dirt, so it is smearing. You know, maybe it's scraping some of the dirt off. I mean, there is some scraping. There is some dirt in there. Now this floor is really clean. Okay, so I fired up the Yuthi E28 without the new dirty water tank. It has a rolling mop pad just like the E25, but it's got the old water tank. Now you can get a new water tank for it, but I'm doing some testing. I want to basically verify that the old tanks are still dripping, which mine were both on the E25 and the E28. So we're going to clean up this big muddy mess, but the main purpose of this video is, and again, we just got done doing the E25. I'm going to fire up the S1. Then I'm going to fire up the X9 Pro, Eovax X9 Pro. But the main point of this video is going to be brush rollers like Tinicos that this has and the Eovax has versus spinning mop pads. Because their claim to fame on these is it's grabbing the dirt and putting it in the dirty water tank and scraping it off the brush roller, which there is some scraping, but what I'm finding is it's not what I envisioned. You know, I envisioned dirty water tanks being full of water, being full of dirty water. So again, this tank may or may not leak on us, but we're gonna watch. These things do a good job of picking up this, but we do need to nail down, is the brush roller just capturing the mud, or is it actually going into the dirty water tank? I mean, because there's no denying it. It's picking that. Now this mud is wet, so this is the easiest type of mud to pick up. I mean, there's no doubt that that's working. But so do spinning mop pads. And I will fire up a spinning mop pad on a simulated scenario here. And I've got it putting down the maximum wetness in the Yuthi app. Okay, that's the first pass. I've got it on 2 passes. We're gonna get down into the military position and do some investigating on drips. Okay, that's when it was dripping. That mainly was dripping when it traveled back. Like it would lift that mop pad up, or that, yeah, and travel back. Again, this is the old water tank, dirty water tank. You can get a new one for free from Yuthi. I don't see any drips. I really gotta go to 5X. It may be too hard to see down here. All right, just bear with me. I know it's gonna be close. I'm trying. Woo, I can't do it anymore. Whoops. This is where it drips. Oops. I'm trying.
Task finished. Heading home.
I'm trying. Okay. We gotta get up quick. Okay, no drips. So the old tank's not dripping. That's good. That's good. Okay, good. But I am going to pause it because this is what the video is about. I do have a video on installing the new water tank. That's a separate video.
Water tank removed.
Okay, so there is some mud in there. There is mud in there. Ooh, but the brush roller is extremely dirty. So we do get some it turns this way, okay, then scrapes. So this is what's doing the majority of the scraping, I think. This. Yeah, it has to be scraped off the top. Okay, so let's make it so. That's doing the majority of the scraping. That scraper. And then that fits up against this wall, and then it goes down into here. But let's open this. And this is where we should see, you know. So these are better than spinning mop. I gotta let go. I mean, a spinning mop pad doesn't have anything to put dirt in, so this. Now I have some dirt, or some more water. This was the exact same test as the E25. Exact same square footage. That's some dirty water. Okay, so I would like to see more, but at least there's some inconsistencies here.
Water tank installed. Robot charging pin disconnected. Please push the robot back into the station.
And what's funny, there was a drip here. It's definitely doing something. Okay, well, I can only do so much. All right, let's fire up.
Charging.
Let's fire up S1. Again, this is going to be a long video.
Heading home.
Oh, I did want to see how.
Robot charging pin disconnected. Please push
So the mop
robot back
pad
into
got
the station.
sort of clean.
Water tank removed.
This did not get very clean. So this did a self-cleaning, okay? And so it does take some dirt with it, as we see. And the mop roller gets somewhat clean. But this could have been left. So if I did another job, see there's leftover dirt in here that it's going to take with it. This is the E25 that's already been to the base station and cleaned itself. Okay, so earlier you saw me clean this. So this is the dirty water. Oh wow, it did bring a lot of dirty water back. It just, that was one little cleaning. E28, excellent job of cleaning. A little bit left, there's a little bit of streaking. Not too bad though. And normally where I would find the drips is, so it stopped here and then started to travel, I would find drips. And normally you could see those after the fact, because I would come in after it was cleaning and I would see these little drops. I'm like, what's going on? But I don't see any of those. E28 is done. Oh, that's really concentrated dirt. You don't get that with other spinning mop pad robots. You get a lot of extra water. So maybe Maybe they try to use the least amount of water. I've got the S1 ready to go. Its dirty water tank is empty. And I will be firing up the Eovax X9 and the Mova P10 Pro. Now, this isn't the top of the line spinning mop pad, but I think it's a really good one, and we're gonna find out. Real world test results. Had no idea this video was gonna take place today. Okay, here comes the Yuthi S1 Pro. And I've always loved this one. I've just thought it struggled with vacuuming. And that's where the E25, I thought they did such good improvements to the vacuuming. Now this one did do an update right before I started. And I think the E28 did an update after it cleaned its mop roller. And I've got this on 2 passes and the highest water level setting. I mean, there's no denying that these clean, these mop. That's pretty incredible. Sometimes I forget how well these mop. But the Yuthi S1 Pro, again, it's just too niche for a mopping only, pretty much. Carpet, it kind of struggles vacuuming carpet. I might have the room size a little bit smaller. That might be the room size right there. I was trying to get it this big. Yeah, it's doing the edge of the room last. Okay, so I did make the room size a little bit smaller, but I think it's still going to be a good test. We're going to zoom in, see if we can see. Now this one's never dripped on me. Well, we'll just get a close-up. There, you can see its brush roller is spinning and cleaning. And again, I just made the room size a little too small. It's harder than I thought. Holding the flashlight. This is really hard. Wow, I can't hold it anymore. Oh. So it should be about done. And it's doing the perimeter of the room one more time. So interesting, I'd forgotten the S1 does the perimeter last. Oh boy, what do we got here? Hold on.
Task paused.
There's a big dirty line that it just dripped. And we were getting some. Okay, so these things are not better than sliced bread yet. The floor is relatively clean. Let's check. That's concerning. I had never seen that before. Now the dirty water tank on this one's different. You gotta press both these tabs.
Dirty water reservoir removed.
Lots of dirt. Lots of dirt on the bottom. That's where that was coming from. Now this doesn't have that wiper. Maybe they gotta come out with a new design for this one. Now that mop roller, again, has quite a bit of mud on it. The scraper up here, a little harder to see. Let's, scraper's different. It's not open. This is a closed scraper. And there is quite a bit of dirt. Now, this is before, I'm sorry, this is before it washed the mop pad, so this isn't fair, but this is, you can see, it's not wiping all the dirt off of the mop roller. That's a relatively new mop roller too. And I bet if I went over to the sink and rinsed it, I can feel the grit in it. So it's definitely, it's smearing too, but these things are not completely scraping everything like that, but they all advertise like they do the best. So there's its dirty water. You know, it's not really dirty. Huh. I'm curious what everybody else thinks.
Please pat the dirty water reservoir to securely
Now this
install.
is a little harder to install. You got to make sure it's in. Yeah. Okay, let's go back to the dock and we'll check. Yeah, for a robot that just cleaned my house, I would not want to see that. You know, that tells me it's not capturing all the mud and taking it and putting it in the dirty water tank. And this one, when it travels back to the dock, it doesn't like to cross carpet. It doesn't like to cross carpet when it comes or when it leaves. So the E25 had no problem crossing that carpet. Now I do have the S1's dirty water tank is completely empty, so we'll check it. And this one operates completely different. It's gonna squirt the dirty water out into this port, and then it gets sucked up, where the E25, E28, they suck the dirty water out of the dirty water tank. This one has a pump that pushes the dirty water out. Which there won't be a lot because I dumped some of it out. But it's gonna do this, I think one more, is gonna wash the mop pad and then do this again. Well, I'll have to catch it in a second. Okay, so it's washing the mop pad. You'll hear it spinning. I think it spins it both directions. I don't know. But it will empty that dirty water tank here. And like, these are a little different. It doesn't use the base station to wash the roller, if that makes any sense. Like, spinning mop pads will put water in the base station and then spin the mop pads in the water to clean them. These, Yuthi does it a little different. They use the robot to do the washing. And then they just spit the dirty water out, or they suck the dirty water out, if that makes any sense. And the Eovax, it's not like these. It uses the base station. It's like a spinning mop pad where it uses the base station to wash the mop rollers. Okay, I think it's gonna spit the water out here in a second. It fills that dirty water tank up. It is kind of cool to see. Here it comes, I think. There we go. Okay, let's check its dirty water tank.
Dirty water tank removed.
Maybe a little bit. It's hard to tell. I should have measured, I guess. Maybe a little bit more water, but definitely very concentrated dirt. All right, let's check.
Robot charging pin disconnected. Please push the robot back into the station.
Yeah, mop pad's
Please place the robot on a flat surface.
pretty clean. Let's fire the Eovax up, vacuum mop. I can vary the wetness level. You know, I could go all the way to 50. It won't let me. Yeah. So let's go 41. Deep cleaning pattern. And let's start.
Start vacuuming while mopping.
Okay, so the Eovax X9 Pro Omni. The dirty water tank is empty, so we'll measure it when we get done. Now it's going to wash the mop pad and fill the internal water tank up with water. Okay, so it's undocked itself. Again, it uses the base station to wash the mop pads. It's going to travel to this room and start vacuuming and mopping. Got a really big mess here. We've even got a bunch of dirt and debris in the corners. And it can move the mop pad right up next to the wall. It cannot extend the side brush into the corner. Okay, so it has recognized a stain, and it's going to lift the mop pad and start mopping. Had to get a seat. This is going to take a while. Now, it turned its vacuum off, but it did drag some of the dirt and debris into the area where it's mopping. So it looks like it went left, right in a square. Now it's going up, down. And again, there's some of the debris it brought back in.
Return to wash the mopping pads.
Okay. We're going to get a few extra washings. Now, I'm not going to check the dirty water tank on this one. I'll kind of wait till maybe it's got some more in it. But I will eventually be checking the dirty water tank. And again, it's going to come back to the base station. It runs hot water down there, and then it turns the mop roller in that water, then sucks the water up into the dirty water tank. I do have the AI strategic cleaning stains on. It's in settings. It's under lab features. So I do have that on, and that's what it's doing right now, I'm pretty sure. Okay, that took about a minute and a half. Now it's gonna go finish cleaning. Ooh, it's mopping still. Huh. So it's like re-mopping that area, which I guess is good.
Wash the mopping pads.
Oh boy, it's going back to wash the mop pads again. Okay, on our way back, it's picked up some hair along the way. Ooh, it's mopping the same area. Oh, no, it's going, okay, sorry. It's picking up where it left off. Okay, it looks like it turned the vacuum off and now it's going to mop only. All right, let's try to. Now it is doing a good job of getting this dirt up. Okay, so it's returning to wash the mop pad, it just said. I had it on pause, sorry. Okay, so we got some tire tracks. It didn't vacuum, but it did get a lot of the mud up. Okay, heading back.
Return to wash the mopping pads.
Now in the app, we just see like 2 cleaning patterns. We don't get like a notification of a stain or anything. Okay, we're back. Now here it should pick up where it left off, I think. Yeah, it's vacuuming and mopping right now. Looks like it's recognized a stain. So it's going to do that mopping back and forth. Turned off the vacuum. Now this time I think I will open the dirty water tank. So basically, if it recognizes a stain, it's going to turn the vacuum off. It's going to kind of come up with a square of where it thinks the stain is. Then it's going to go back and forth in one direction. Then it's going to go crisscross pattern. After it's done doing this crisscross pattern, it's going to go wash the mop. And I think it comes back and does this crisscross pattern one more time, goes and washes the mop, and then it comes back and resumes cleaning. So that's what the AI setting is. So if you've got that AI setting on and it sees a stain, you're gonna get 2 mop washes and 2 crisscross patterns. You know, and let's just roughly 32 inches, maybe about 32 inches by about 32 inches. Oh, okay. And so I'm wrong. This time it did not go back and wash the mop. I can't. This is some, just when you think you know what it's going to do. So it did the crisscross pattern and then it went right into cleaning. So it must have recognized that stain wasn't as bad. I don't know. That's a pretty good job of cleaning. A little bit of stain there left. That should be about it. So it looks like it is doing the second pass. It's going up, down. So it's going to do the entire room in a crisscross pattern.
Cleaning completed.
Oh, so of course I say that and it doesn't do that.
Pause returning.
Okay. Okay, we have dirty water. Quite a bit of it, actually. Okay. Okay. We do have some dripping, but that's because that's a tray that's scraping the mop pad. So, okay, this was good. This was good.
Continue returning.
Yeah, Eovax do not like to be picked up. It's doing a calibration now. And sometimes this doesn't pass, so. Okay, so it found the dock. It did an auto empty the dustbin, I missed it. And now it's washing the mop pads. So I'm not sure what's gonna happen. It's washing the mop. Is this gonna be the final wash or is it gonna do something else?
Starting hot air dry.
Okay, so it's done. Let's just take a look. There's where it cleaned. That's all you get. No, there's no video logo. Doesn't give you like a dirt map or anything. It just says cleaned, and it doesn't give you like what it did. Did it find dirt? There's no log. Huh. Okay, let's go empty the dirty water tank. That's a lot of dirty water, but it did do a good job of cleaning. I got to give it that. Okay, that was actually pretty impressive. I know there's been a lot of debate on this robot, and I have not given it my sticker seal of approval. Now that's pretty convincing of a good cleaning robot. Obviously, it doesn't do corners. It did leave a few spots of dirt. There's a few spots there. Not too bad overall, not perfect, but definitely pretty good. Let's just take a look at the robot now. This is heavy. See, a lot of dirt down here. Whew. So it uses the base station to wash the mop pad, which it's kind of weird how it does that. I'm not sure. Did it clean? Oh, there's still some dirt in there. See, just when you think everything's hunky-dory, I mean, you would think it would empty it all out. I don't know how these work sometimes. I mean, I guess I just expect them to work like really good all the time. I don't like this one button. You want to get that extended. Is it twice? There, it's twice.
Roller mop removed.
There's quite a bit of crud in here. Not too bad, not too bad. This is just some long hairs around here. You can see the scraper is different. It's a metal. I would like to see a better job of cleaning the brush roller. So obviously the dirty water tank can have dirty water in it. That's not going to affect putting it on the floor, but you would like to see it empty out the dirty water.
Roller mop installed. Start vacuuming while mopping.
Nope.
Map calibrating.
Okay, now let's do the room. Let's do it on Smart Plan. We pretty much saw what it does. So let's do Smart Plan. Let's try to get that remopping event. So it's already washed the mop pad. It knows that it's relatively clean and not too dry yet. So it should just start cleaning automatically, yeah. And again, if it was the first time, it would wash that mop pad. All right. Oh, and I did turn it off. It's under floor clean set. I turned it off. Deep cleaning is off. It's beta, which I don't like sometimes, but I think they're getting better with the beta product. So it's going to do intelligent hosting, or Smart Plan is what Roborock calls it. It's AI Smart Plan. It is vacuum and mopping, looks like. And maybe we'll get that dirt detection event. So I don't know if it's going to do 2 passes. They don't. If I had to tell manufacturers, I would say, give us more information on these Smart Plans. These artificial intelligence that you want us to use so much, tell us about them. Don't just say, use the artificial intelligence and it does everything for you. Well, that may be the case, but what is everything? Because I think if they don't tell us, then we don't have to hold it, we don't have to see if it's working or not. I don't pick the water flow in this. It picks the vacuum level, and I think it does adjust that over time. Like if a room is dirtier all the time, maybe it over time. Doesn't get everything in the corner, but almost. And if we get a remopping event with this, that'll tell us that if I would have used the artificial intelligence on the first part of this video, then I would have gotten it on that one too. So this is going to tell us a lot. So it does the perimeter of the room first, then it's going to work its way and go back and forth in nice straight lines. Now they call this star sight or something. It acts just like LiDAR. I haven't noticed any difference other than it's got a really slim profile. It can get in, but it can also get into problems being really slim. I have found it in places where normal robots don't go, and sometimes it does get stuck. But as far as navigation and how it works, it's just like LiDAR in my opinion. I don't spend a lot of time talking about, but they do call it something different. There's a sensor on the back and the front, and it calculates where it is, and all, but it just acts like LiDAR. Now, it does seem to be laying down some pretty good water. And again, the staging recognition is off. So we're not going to get any artificial intelligence telling us to mop more or anything. Now the Roborock Saros 10 does have a new and improved mop pad. The Curve X has it now. It looks like a fancier mop. It just looks like more class. I don't want to say classy, but it looks like has more detail in it. I mean, I could do another video of it, turning that smart AI on and using the smart AI for the cleaning. So there's probably a third video I could do. Now again, keep in mind, this is pretty much wet mud. Dry mud can be super hard for all robots. Even the mop rollers have a hard time with dried on mud. And again, here in the app, this is what we're getting. All right, looks like it's done, maybe. So it doesn't say that it's done, so maybe. Now we have a lot to go yet. Hopefully, we're gonna get a remopping event. Again, I can't disturb it. I can't show you the mop pads with all the dirt in them, but there is dirt in them. That's how they can spray water on top of the mop pads to keep them wet. This is a dream mop pad, but you can see that has to capture dirt and then take it back to the base station, and then the robot spins these and they wash them. And Roborock does have one of the best bases for cleaning mop pads.
Starting to wash them up.
And we should see it in this time frame, so. Doesn't say that it's ended or anything, but we'll see. Pretty standard cleaning pattern. It wasn't. Okay, emptying the dustbin now. Here's the moment of truth. Ooh, I think we're getting a remopping event. Let's do a remopping event dance. Do a dance. There it is. There's our friend. Room cleaning. Remopping. See those words? That's what we need for spinning mop pads to be effective. And that's all from the base station having a dirt detection sensor, and not all base stations have that. So now the robot is got fresh mop pads. They're wet, they're clean, water tank's full, and I think it's gonna just mop only. Yeah. Yep. This is where the real cleaning happens. Now I wish it did the perimeter of the room. It's only gonna do the middle of the room. And this right here is how spinning mop pads compete with roller mop pads. Like the Yuthi S1 and the Eovax X9. This right here. And in that first video, I think we would have got a remopping event if I would have been in having it do it, the smart plan. Now, nobody does this like Narwhal as far as remopping. They'll do up to 4 remops. Would like to see it clean a little bit better. We did leave a little bit right here. Okay. As far as I know, it'll only do 1 remopping event, but Narwhal will do like 4. Narwhal's got other issues. So spinning mop pads look like they need about 3 passes. Yeah, it needs a 3rd pass. And I don't think we'll get it. Nope. We'll see. I don't know. And I would also like in the future, if any manufacturer is listening, I would like to pick how many remopping events I get. This one obviously needs another one. So let me pick. If on the first time it went here, it said it needed a remopping event, let me choose 2. Now this obviously was a huge mess, and I'm not making excuses for it, but for everyday mopping, this is going to be the user interface and how well it cleans your entire floor and carpet is going to be a really good robot vacuum cleaner. The mop rollers did do a better job of cleaning up a huge stain. And I do think having that, I would definitely turn that on, the thing that I turned off, I would definitely turn this back on. I would. I do think that helped. Okay, so it's all done. It's going to dry the mop pads, and we're not going to get a remopping event. Yep. Okay, so let's check. Yeah, let's check the report. I like when we can check the details. Automatic remopping. Hide, we get a dirt map. Yeah, see that's darker. So it remopped. And yeah, it was, there, yeah. So there's where it cleaned. Okay, so, yeah, would like to see it remop one more time. It needed 3 passes. There's the dirty water. It's the same as, oosh, I made a mess. That water's hot. Typically when I check these, it's cooled off by the time it gets here, but that's hot. Wow. Well, let's go empty it out. little behind the scenes. If you ever wondered what I clean the floors with between cleanings, it's the Swiffer Power Mop. It actually works. It's so convenient. I've got the reusable, I put those pads in the laundry. So those are just cloth pads, but I love the smell of it and it's so easy to use. But I'm going to get this all perfectly clean so that we can, in between robots, you know. But again, the reason we use robots are they can clean when we're not cleaning or not home. But this thing works pretty good. The Swiffer Power Mop. Okay, so in this first test with the Mova P10 Pro Ultra, we're going to go into settings, floor cleaning settings. Now, I have clean along floor direction. We're going to turn this one on. I'm not going to do anything with this right now. Stain recognition laboratory. If it recognizes a stain, it's going to go into mopping only. So I have that on. I also have auto re-cleaning on in both Clean Genius modes. And under dock settings, I got the auto wash. There's the auto rewash is on. Now this, I'm pretty sure, is the auto remopping event. So when the base station, when the robot comes back to the base station, it's going to wash the mop pads, get all that dirt off of it. It's going to get sucked up into the dirty water tank. It's going to pass through a dirt detection sensor. If that water's dirtier than normal, the base station tells the robot, go back and remop where you just came from. That's what we're hoping for. Let's pick a room, the test, and let's use Clean Genius. Vacuum and mop. It's going to figure everything out and hit start. Now the first thing it's going to do is going to wash the mop pads, and it's going to fill the robot up. It has an internal water tank. This takes about a minute and a half. Okay, it's going to undock, travel to that room and start cleaning. The mop pads are nice and wet, and the internal water tank is full. And now we're at the world famous Just a Dad Corner Cleaning Studios. Now sometimes it does not extend that side brush into the corner. It's got the side brush off right now. I'm not sure why. I'll have to research that. Most times it extends that side brush. It did not this time. And it is able to go under furniture. Now over here, it turned the side brush off because it saw a cable. So see, it turns the side brush off when it recognizes a cord. And it can extend that mop pad. I like that. It's putting down some good water. Okay, we have a stain recognition event. It has turned the side brush off. So this one acts a little different than I'm used to. There, it turned the side brush off. Wow, excellent job of mopping. I think it stops vacuuming, I'm pretty sure. It's hard to tell. The sound's not changing a lot, but the side brush is stopping. I want to get the tablet. I want to see what's going on. Okay, the tablet's not telling us anything. Man, it's an excellent little mopper. Now, we did get some smearing and we're hoping for a remopping event. We're hoping that it's going to take the mop pads back to the base station, clean them, come back with fresh, cleaned mop pads. Should be about done. It's going back to the base station. Okay, so it says cleaning completed, returning to the dock. This is what I use in between videos. It does a good job of cleaning the floor. But robot vacuum cleaners can clean our floors when we're not home. So it is going to clean the mop pads with hot water. And then it's going to suck that water up into the dirty water tank. And we're hoping for a remopping event.
Start charging. Start auto empty.
Now it says task complete. We're hoping for a remopping event. It's got to clean the mop pad. Mop washing. Okay, good. And again, we didn't get any symbols like stain recognition or anything. Not too loud when it's. Again, the noisiest part is when it sucks the water up into the dirty water tank. And at the end of the job, it'll blow hot air on the mop pads to dry them. All right, what are we gonna get? What are we gonna get? What are we gonna get? We gotta do our dance. We gotta do our remopping dance. I think we're getting a remopping event. It's going to, oh, I don't know yet. I think we're getting a remopping event. And we also, it sounds like we got a mop rewash. There's two things. The base station can rewash the mop pads because we have that other setting on that says if it's sensed that they were dirty, it rewashes the mop pads because it says, okay, they were dirtier than normal. They need a little bit more cleaning. So 2 washes on the mop pads, and we're hoping for a remopping event. We're gonna do a remopping dance. Because I could tell, that was almost, before I said we're getting a rewash, I paused it, but it had been about 2 minutes, and it kind of went through its steps of like finishing, and then it like started over, I could tell. Cleaning mop pad and adding water. That was different, I've never seen that before. All right, still says mop washing. All right, so it's finishing up. I can tell it's at the ending of it. Okay.
Task completed. Please empty the used water tank timely.
Oh, wait, we got it. We got it.
Start cleaning.
The second cleaning is underway. Do your remopping dance as we spin in a circle and we jump up and down. Woo, woo, woo. We got a remopping event. Man, just when it makes you think it wasn't going to do it. So this is what helps spinning mop pads compete with brush rollers. The second cleaning. Roborock calls it remopping. Dream and Mova call it the second cleaning. So it's not vacuuming. I think it's going to mop only. I think it's going to mop this. It's going to do the perimeter. Oh, good. I hope so. Oh, it is. It's got the side brush going too. It's kind of drunk, but it's looking. Yeah, it's turning that side brush off. I'm not sure why. I'll have to research that. I'm not sure why. This is something Roborock doesn't do. Their second cleaning is a mopping only event, and it's only the center. It doesn't do the perimeter. It's randomly going over to a different area. Oh, I think it wants to go up, down. Okay, that's right. The second cleaning will be a crisscross pattern. This is where we're going to see. I just did the video on the Saros 10R and it kind of fell flat. And it looks like we're going to get the same result as the Saros 10R. It just needs a third pass. Boy. Yep. For these great big messes, it needs 3 passes. Almost the identical result as the Saros 10R. Almost. The Saros 10R did clean a little bit better, but it costs twice as much. And again, I got to do this one more time with that artificial intelligence off.
Cleaning completed. Return to the dock to charge.
Yeah, that's pretty dirty. Pretty dirty in the groove. A mop roller did do better. And then this is where Narwhal shines. It can do 4 of those remopping events. Roborock and Dream and Mova can only do 1. And if manufacturers are listening, I would like a sliding scale that I can pick how many remopping events I get. Now, granted, it'll use more water, but I would love to be able to pick. I want 2 remopping. I want it to go back and remop 2 times.
Dust collection bag full or air duct blocked. Please start cleaning mop pads.
That was odd. I just did the maintenance on this. I wonder if the bag's not installed all the way or something. I gotta check on that. Okay, so now it's done.
Empty the used water tank timely. Start dehydrating mop pad.
Okay, so it is all done. It's not going to do another remopping event. No more dance. Let's see the task. So there's the second clean. So let's look at the first cleaning. And we got a area with grime. So that's why it went back. Mop washed 3 times, dust collected once. I gotta look into that. Second time, mop washed once, and no grime. Or no, that's sorry, recleaned areas. Yeah, I like it. Whoa, I just about fell. I'm not sure why the dust bag didn't work.
Mop pad drying complete. Start auto empty.
There. That dust bag may not have been in all the way. Okay. Again, I got the L40S. I got to do it. I've been doing too many of these other videos, but that looks pretty cool. Again, I got the new dirty water tank on the E25, and I will be comparing the E25 S1 X9. You know, and people say robot vacuum cleaners don't work. They do. They've got some limitations. They've got some things, you know, that's undeniable proof that they do work. And if it came back for a third pass, which I could tell it to do, it would pretty much get all of this. And again, I got research. Let me know what you think. If you know why the brush didn't turn in this corner. I don't know. Anyway, I got to do one. So let me prep it. And we're going to do one without the AI. Okay, so without a doubt, the mop rollers do a better job of mopping up muddy messes. They do it a little bit differently. I still love the Mova P10 Pro overall because of price point, overall user experience, and overall cleaning. The Yuthi E25, I think, does a really good job. I love its vacuum mopping, but I don't like how that first tank leaked water, and I had to contact customer support. I don't know if many people know about that. It's almost like they need to do a recall, but I did get the tank. It took about 2 weeks, emailing them back and forth. It went relatively smooth. It just takes a while. So that's got a little ding on it for me. The S1, great mopper, but lacks on vacuuming. So, and the Sarles 10R, now that costs twice as much as the Mova P10 Pro. Does it clean twice as much as the Mova? Absolutely not. Now, the Sarles 10R is a great robot. It's got lots of extra features, but wow, it's just so hard to beat this Mova P10 Pro. I absolutely love it. It's my #1 pick. It earned a gold star. Now, let's talk about the Eovax X9 Pro. It is missing my Just a Dad sticker seal of approval. Now, I've done several tests with this robot. Now, it did mop the best. And in its artificial intelligence, it's going to use a lot of water. It's without the artificial intelligence, it seems like it did just as good a job. But the user interface and the price point are just too much for me. This is normally a $1,600 robot. It is on sale for $1,100 right now. It's still too much for not being able to clean corners. Now, I bought all these robots with my own money. I wasn't paid for this video. This video is because of you. I've seen a lot of discussion on mop rollers and spinning brushes in the comments, and I don't know where I fall on that. I would love to, I think the mop rollers are going to get better in the future, but I do love the spinning mops, how they get right next to the wall. I love how it seems like they get a little bit better in the corner, but I think these are going to come along. I know Mova has a new one coming out, a brush roller. Now, spinning mop pads have to have a dirt detection sensor in the docking station to even stand a chance with these. There's cheaper ones that have spinning mop pads that don't have the dirt detection sensor in the base. They're not going to compete with these. Some of these do have the dirt detection. Like Yuthi hasn't got onto that yet. They need to do that. Eovax has it. It only works in their AI mode, which I'm not super big fan of it because it seems like it's just a cleaning pattern that I don't like the best. And the E28 cleans exactly the same as the E25. And there's the S1 and the S1 Pro. Now here we have my two Gold Star robot vacuum cleaners, Mova P10 Pro, Saros 10R. Eovax, just how it cleans the mop pad it leaves some to be desired. Like that mop pad is sitting in dirt. I've found it's not cleaning the base station like I think it should. You know, at least with these, the dirt goes to the bottom and the mop pads aren't sitting in dirt. That actually sits in dirt. Also, the Eovax is the heaviest and it has the least obstacle avoidance of all of them. And it keeps getting stuck around my studio here. So in order for me to take a robot home, it has to pass the studio test, and the Eovax X9 just can't get past. I put it on a cleaning where it cleans the studio every night, and 9 out of 10 times I have to go find it in the morning when I get here. That's not the case with these other ones. So while I have given the Eovax a fair chance, it does clean the best, I will be sending it back. It's not going to get my sticker seal of approval. There's just something off with it. Can't put my finger on it. I want, you know, the Mova P10 Pro, Saros 10R. I'm on the fence with the E25 and the E28 because of that dirty water tank. I mean, it does a great job, and I think it's doing a great job vacuuming. I really want to give it, I really want to say it's going to be a great robot vacuum cleaner. You've got to get that new dirty water tank. And I don't know if Yuthi's doing a good enough job of telling people about it. It's just kind of in the comments section. I haven't seen a news article on it or anything. Dream L40S, I'm getting ready to unbox it. Looks pretty promising. Eovax took it to my house. It's not performing well at all. It's probably going to be going back. Now, I could have picked any number one of these spinning mop pads. Now, keep in mind earlier what I said. These cheaper ones don't have a dirt detection sensor, and they are going to struggle remopping. They basically don't have that feature. So it's whatever you tell it to do, that's what it's going to do. There's no something to tell it, oh, there's more dirt on the floor, go do some more remopping. Now, I could have checked that Saros 10R is pretty comparative to the Curve and the Curve X. I mean, these have different features, but as far as the artificial intelligence, the remopping, I think they're the same. And same, I could have picked the Dream L40. I feel like it's the same as the Mova P10 Pro. I could have picked the Dream X50, but you know, I think the Mova P10 Pro's artificial intelligence for mopping, I think it's about the same as the Dream X50, to be honest. Could have chosen the Mova P50, probably. You know, I think it's probably going to be about the same. I got to do some more testing. And I have the Mova V50 at my house right now, and it is absolutely doing amazing. My wife loves it. She says it's the quietest robot. It reminded her of the X50, but it's just doing a phenomenal job at the house. So again, if the manufacturers are listening, I hope they are. There's 3 things I want. I want dirt detection to work on the docking station in all modes. I want a slider scale for how sensitive the dirt detection sensor is. And I remind people that it'll use more water if you make it more sensitive. And I want it how many times it can remop an area. I think those are 3 things that can really improve spinning mop pads. I mean, I think those 3 things can really, really improve a robot vacuum cleaner. And again, explain it, what the switch is, give us a nice detail on it. You know, tell us what these features do, but those are 3 features I think could be pretty awesome to robot vacuum cleaners. A slider scale for how many times do you want it to go back and remop an area? Narwhal does it 4 times. It uses a lot of water, but I love that about Narwhal. Now, Narwhal didn't make this. I've got other things with Narwhal going on that I don't want to talk about right now. But if you've seen my videos, you've seen I've got something going on with Narwhal. I'm not super excited about how they contacted me looking for a 5-star review on Amazon, and that just did not sit well with me. They knew I purchased it. They knew when I purchased it. It was a random phone call that I got, and I don't think Amazon approves of manufacturers calling people that they know bought something and then asking for a 5-star review, and they were going to pay me. Now, they didn't know I was a YouTuber or anything. I think they saw my Amazon order. I don't know how. But anyway, Narwhal probably would have done a pretty good job of cleaning it, but it would have used a ton of water. These are the ones to get right here. So again, I really do appreciate everybody's support. We've got a new dance we're going to do. When we see an auto remopping or second clean, we're going to dance. I mean, that's just all there is to it. This is too much fun not to. When that happens, we're like, yes, things are working good. Things are going. We're having fun. We're gonna do an auto remopping dance. So let me know what your dance is. And again, this video was only possible because of you. I feel like this is our YouTube channel. I was gonna send the Eovax X9 Pro Omni back like day one, but then there was a lot of comments on it and I thought, nope, I gotta do more testing. It really has shown that it does clean well. I don't like some things about it still, but that's only because of you. It ended up in this video. And again, justadadapproved.com, where you can see the robots. If they make it to that website, they're just a buy. But again, do your homework, and you can always Google search Just a Dad, whatever robot you plan on buying. So go there. Oh, he really likes this one. Well, go watch the videos for yourself and see what you think. I'm going to show you how to unbox it, how to hook it up to the internet, what my recommended settings are, and see if you like that before you even buy it. And then after you buy it, then you can watch, okay, how to set it up, and then my recommended settings. But then after 3 months, I'm going to show you how to clean it. The robots that I love, I buy the kits. I try to buy the one from the manufacturer. Then I also try to buy the generic. We need to save a little bit of money on these robots. So I see if the generics work. Some do, some don't. But I'm going to show you how to do the maintenance on these. These things do require maintenance. The mop rollers require more maintenance. I probably should have taken that into the account. The maintenance is a little bit more intense. It's something everybody can do. And I have videos on all of these, how to do the maintenance. So watch the video, because you're gonna have to do that every month, every 2 months, something like that. Just get into a routine. But I'm gonna show you, so you can always just search Just a Dad X9 Pro Omni, how to clean or how to set up. And it should bring up my video in the Google search. I've got over 6,000 videos on my YouTube channel, so my YouTube channel can get really tricky to find stuff. But you can always do a Google search, Just a Dad, and whatever it is you're looking for. Now, I review coffee makers. I did that for 2 years. Several thousand videos on coffee makers. So again, I'm all in on robot vacuum cleaners. This video is because of you. Justadadapproved.com. I really do appreciate everybody's support. Again, I buy these with my own money. This would not be possible without people purchasing products using those links. That is just such an important way of helping me that I just greatly, greatly appreciate that. Again, the product won't cost you anymore. But I do get a small commission for the sale. But here's the thing about commissions. You purchase that robot, I don't get the commission for 60 days. So if you get it, you're like, this thing's a piece of junk, and send it back, I'm not going to get that commission. So there's no point in me telling you to buy something that I think you'll send it back. And that's why I don't tell you about the X9 Pro Omni. I think people will send it back. I think it has just enough of a hassle factor, just enough of like, this thing's not, I'm not liking it. Because we should, at this point, at this day and age, we should like robot vacuum cleaners, period. You should have a great user experience. You should have very minimal hassle. These things should not be a pain. So I've got robots. Those are high on my list. It's not a pain, no hassle. Justadadapproved.com. I really do appreciate everybody's support. Again, practice your dance. Every time we see a remopping dance, a remopping event, we're going to do a remopping dance. So have fun. Thanks everybody for watching. Okay, so these are my final conclusions. This video took 2.5 days to make, and I learned so much during this video. And this is my final result. So I kind of talked a little bit about it earlier, but what you're going to see after this conclusion is I had fun. I spent 30 minutes and we had all the robots going at the same time. I thought it was just going to be some bonus footage of the robots banging into each other and having fun. But wow, in that 30 minutes, I actually learned my final results. So there's going to be a lot of comments on this. And as you can see, mop rollers. So we have here the Eovax X9 Pro Omni, the E25. Mop rollers do clean the floor better. Now, there is, I think, some advertising going on that the mop rollers don't smear. Here we have mop pads that spin. Now, a mop roller, in theory, is supposed to be able to grab the dirt off the floor, and there's a scraper inside here that's going to scrape all the dirt off into the dirty water tank, and then it's going to spray more fresh water on it, and it's going to be this nice clean roller every time. That is not the case with the E25 and the Eovax X9 Pro Omni. So the mop rollers do hold some dirt even with the robot scraping and cleaning. So you are getting some smearing with the mop rollers, in my opinion. Now, you definitely get smearing with these. The mop pads have to capture the dirt. I thought the Mova P10 Pro formed amazing. We had that little glitch with the mapping, but after we got that figured out, the Saros 10R, again, this robot costs about twice as much, and the Mova P10 Pro did just as good a job. Even with these more advanced mop pads, this is a new design from Roborock, but these mop pads have to capture the dirt, and so whatever dirt they capture, then they have to take back to the docking station. Now that could be whatever time frame you've got set on, 10 minutes or by room. So you are going to definitely get some smearing with these. What helps is what we saw is when you get the remopping events, you can also get those over here. You don't get the remopping event on the Yuthi. You don't get it on the E25. Eovax, it's only when you're in that Clean Genius or whatever AI mode it's in. But so, and I only found that out when you're going to see that. Now, with that being said, I have a list here in front of me. Mop rollers. I have one good, and I have 6 negative things. Over here, on the spinning mop pads, I've got 7 good things and 1 bad. Now, the bad being, it does not clean a floor as good as the mop rollers. But I don't know that every day you're going to have the big mess like you had. Now, for everyday cleaning, I think these mop rollers are good enough to capture what dirt you have in your house and take it back to the docking station, clean it, do a remopping event if it needs to, or maybe put it on a little bigger schedule. If you do have kids tracking in dirt or dogs, maybe bump up the mopping to twice or 3 times a week. That's a way of getting around it, in my opinion. Now let's go over the negatives. So what I found in this 30-minute video at the end, which was just fun, these mop rollers have dirty water tanks. And at first, I didn't think much about them. I've kind of been nitpicking them. I've kind of been looking at them saying, what do they hold? What do they do? There's kind of this mystery around them. They hold dirty water. The base stations don't clean these, and they don't empty them all out. That's my biggest thing with this. On a spinning mop pad, there's no real dirt that's, this scrapes the dirt off, sucks it up into a dirty water tank, and it has to empty it at the base station. These are simplicity. The mop pad grabs the mud, then this robot spins the mop pad on the base station. Yeah, that's going to get annoying. And so this has to spin it spins it on the base station, it shoots warm water on it, and it gets all the dirt off of it. And then at the end of the job, it dries. So we don't have dirt being stored or water being stored anywhere on this robot. Now it does have an internal water tank, and there is a way of emptying that out, but I don't think there's going to be a problem with the internal clean water tank. Where we run into problems are dirty water tanks. So if you're new to robot vacuum cleaners, dirty water tanks stink. So at the base stations, which I'll show you this in a little bit, base stations have clean water tanks and dirty water tanks. The base stations clean these, and then they suck the water up into a dirty water tank. And every time it cleans it, it puts about that much in there, dirty water. Now that doesn't stink right away, but what happens is that dirty tank is so big, it fills up and it takes time. And in that time, bacteria grows or something. But those dirty water tanks really, really do start to stink. And that's where my biggest concern came from, was these dirty water tanks don't empty out all the dirty water. So when they go back to the base station, they don't empty it all out. They carry a lot of the dirt and debris in them. Like you're going to see, these pick up a huge amount of dirt and debris, but there needs to be a way for the base stations to clean these robots better. And I think that's a big negative. I will take something that I maybe have to tell to clean the floor. Like you saw in the video, it needed 1 more pass. I'll take a robot and with spinning mop pads over this. Reason number 2, big, heavy, thin, lightweight. Saros has got this one that's thin. Mova P10 Pro is lightweight. If you're gonna have multiple floors, I definitely don't want to be dragging this X9 Pro. It's probably one of the heaviest ones I've tested. The Yuthi's not far behind it. These, I don't mind taking these up and down the floors. That's a big deal to me. Now, so we got into heavier, dirty water tanks. And again, I said the dirty water tanks hold water. You know, these did some cleaning. So this one, it did cleaning last night, and I had it dry all night. There's still dirty water in this dirty water tank. This one here, it cleaned yesterday and dried overnight. It's got a drying, and it's still got water, dirty water in it that I think is going to cause a problem down the road. Now, reason number two is if you look how intricate what these robots have to do to have spinning mop rollers compared to spinning mop pads, a lot more parts, a lot more complexity, and a lot more cleaning on your part. Now, it's relatively easy. Don't get me wrong there, but this is just so much easier. Like the maintenance on these spinning mop pads, it's like, oh, every once in a while, I'll just Velcro, throw this off, throw it in the laundry, put it back. Now I'm talking strictly mopping. Now, vacuuming, they have filters. So do these. These have filters too. But maintaining the mopping system, and when I show you the base stations are so much easier. And that's reason number three. The base stations that clean these are different. And they've got this figured out on the Mova, Roborock, even some other one, Dreamy in them. It's very simple for the base stations to clean these mop pads. Over here, I think, you know, Yuthi's doing it different. They're using a bigger dirty water tank. They're having the robot clean it. And that's kind of different compared. That's how the Yuthi S1 does. This has a lot in common with the S1, except for how it empties the dirty water tank. Now then, the X9 Pro Omni, which when I show you this base station, you're going to be in shock. It uses the base station to clean the mop roller. It doesn't do a good job. The mop roller sits in dirty water. Not a fan of this at all. How the base station's clean when compared to simplicity. And then again, the complexity, a lot more moving parts, a lot more chances for things to fail, less moving parts. Over here, we've got two motors that spin, and we'll have one that moves it out to the side. That's another motor probably. Now, this leads me to the third option. Now, the Mova P10 Pro doesn't do this, but the Dreamy L40 and the Roborock Saros, they can leave their mop pads at the base station. You're not going to leave a brush roller at the base station. I don't know what's coming out in the future. I know Mova's got one coming out with a roller. I will be buying it with my own money and putting it through very strict testing. But these cannot leave the mop rollers at the base station. So granted, you can have it vacuum first and then mop. I think on the Yuthi you can do that. The Eovax, I think so too. But they can only raise it so high. About the same height as the Mova P10. I know there's just very little differences, but the Mova, the Dreamy in them, they have really good settings as far as, okay, vacuum first, then go wash your mop pads. They're kind of all about like, we don't want to drag mop pads onto the wet floor. And they've really figured out is they can detach the mop pads, leave them at the base station, go vacuum your house. It doesn't matter if the mop pad's wet or not. It left it there. It can detach it. Simplicity that works so good. Let me just go over, okay, so spinning, let me just go over my list right here. Spinning mop pads, the good. Oh, they can, I think spinning mop pads with this, the good ones have, they can move one of the mop pads right next to the wall. This works a lot better, I think, than the brush rollers that move next to the wall. Here, you've got the mop exposed. Like when it moves up against the wall, the mop pad is actually up against the wall. Over here, when it's moving this roller, you still have some mechanism and kind of a hinge point. Even though it can move this up against the wall, the mop pad is not up against the wall. So these can definitely clean better. And I've watched it in the corner, they do about the same, but around furniture and different things, the mop pad's just, the robot can, it's hard to explain its geometry. Like when you have a chair leg, the robot can just kind of go around it, and the spinning mop pad gets 100% coverage. This one, it's a square thing coming out. The robot's going around it. It doesn't have as good a coverage. So close to walls and legs. I'm going over the good things for spinning mop pads. Thinner, lighter weight. Mops are clean better. They are. I do think, and that gets me back to earlier, they have really figured out good ways of cleaning the mop pads. Now, Roborock does this the best. And I can just verify that right now. These mop pads, both of these machines were cleaned with their base stations. That's probably one ding. Dreamy, this one does a pretty good job. The X50 and the V50 don't do as good a job, but they have so many good features that I don't hold that against them too much. Roborock really does have it figured out how they're cleaning the mop pads. They just seem to be doing a little bit better. Their base stations do a little bit better job of cleaning, not by a huge margin, not where I would say only by Roborock because of that. I can just see there are some differences. Docks, so good parts. Docks don't hold dirty water, can be removed by the dock, the mop pads, the spinning mop pads, less moving parts. Everything gets dry. Everything on the robot in the base and the base station. Typically it doesn't, that tray doesn't hold water because it's being dried at the same time as this. No chance for odor. Okay, the one thing bad, then I have the one bad. The mop pads, as you saw in the results, they did, for a big mess, they did not clean as well as this. So it's a bad. Let's go over the good. Let's go over the mop rollers. Good. They do clean better. But again, not like we think. They're still smearing a little bit. They did get all the dirt, but I think these disadvantages outweigh whatever little better they did. The bad, dirty water tanks hold water. That is a true. I can't verify an odor yet, but I don't like that. And I don't like how the dirty water tanks are not cleaned. They're not cleaned and they're not emptied out all the way. Not all dirt is scraped off of the roller. I think that's been a really big advertising. They can show you a close-up of the roller being scraped and it's perfectly clean when it goes touch the floor. That is not the case at all. And when these things do very light, the only time the mop rollers clean better than these are when it's a huge mess. I haven't done big messes like that in my testing. Maybe I should. I'm on the fence about that because robots, I think in general, are going to be used for every day, keeping your house clean. And if your house is really, really muddy, you may get another mop or you may actively tell the robot to clean that room multiple times. So my testing is with general purpose cleaning. And that's when you compare apples to apples as far as dirt on the floor, they both clean the same. I was shocked. I have several videos of the Eovax X9 Pro Omni, the E25 of their dirty water tanks aren't really that full. And I look at the mop roller, it's got dirt on it. It's not being cleaned. And the base, so here's the thing. And this just came to me too. So after the time frame of 10, 20 minutes, of cleaning your house, they go back, wash the mop pads. Well, these are doing a better job of cleaning the mop pads. This is easier to clean. And the base stations are doing a better job. I just don't know how to say that. These, while in a great world, I would love to say the base stations are cleaning these mop rollers and they're great. That is not the case. Look, this was cleaned by the base station. The mop roller is up against this. There's dirt here. I found dirt. Look, there's dirt on the roller, on the scraper still. So while in that pass, these picked up the dirt and cleaned it better, they're not able to maintain your house in a cleaner state. I think these are going to do a better job of maintaining your house. Whereas, again, it's all coming to me. And again, this took 2 days and I started off with one result. I actually didn't know where I was going to be. I thought maybe mop rollers would win. Wasn't really sure. I've kind of seen that they do a better job, but I've always been kind of frustrated with them a little bit and I didn't understand why. And as this video went on, yeah, it became very apparent mop rollers clean better. And then when you watch this 30-minute play, it's going to be a light bulb moment. And then there's even more things I learned about Yuthi that I'm not a big fan of. And you saw there, they did leave some marks. And I do have the new dirty water tank. In the preliminary results, it's not leaking, but I've seen in comments, somebody just told me on another video, I've got the new dirty water tank, mine's still leaking. So yeah, that does bother me. This does seem like it would be a relatively good robot, but it's got some shortcomings. Emptying out the bottom, I'm going to show you in this 30-minute video. It didn't go very well. And this, I'm not sure. I know it's dripping. I know the tank doesn't physically have a hole in it. I know the dripping comes from something else. And in my mind, I'm going, I'm not sure that little thing they're doing is going to fix it, but that's a lot of testing I got to do. And I'm not sure I'm going to be doing a bunch of testing on that. I think it's just going to be a pass for me. There's a lot more robots coming out, and I'm going to concentrate on those. Docks dirtier, lots to maintain in the robot, and lots of moving parts. So again, let me know what you think of in the description. I know this is probably going to cause a little bit of controversy. I'm trying to come from a neutral standpoint. I've had some people say that I don't like Eovax. That's not true. I have a lot of robots. And if Eovax was my only robot, I wouldn't know anything else. But when I have a Mova, when I have a Saros, when I have other robots and I take them, you know, I use them here, I take them to my house, and I can see the results that you are able to get when I test these, and then I start running into problems like, oh, this isn't quite right, or, well, this is done better on another robot. That's when my emotions come out, and then that's when my red flags start going up. I try to remain neutral, but, and then as the red flags build up, then at a certain point, I'm like, well, it's not, we have better robots, and I'm not gonna waste a bunch of time. The Eovax X9 is going back. And in fact, the Eovax T50 got my Just a Dead sticker seal of approval, took it home. It's been nothing but frustration. It just gets stuck all the time. And I can't keep putting no-go zones. Again, if it was my only robot, well, just put a no-go zone where it gets stuck. Okay, well, the Mova P10 Pro just came from my house, and it had maybe 2 no-go zones. The Saros 10R had about 3 or 4. It had a few more. Eovax on the T50, I think I'm up to about 15, 20 no-go zones. And I'm like, it needs more because it keeps getting stuck. And I'm like, these can navigate it, that one can't. So there, we have better options. I'm going to be on the fence with Eovax. You know, I'm going to have to look at their features and all of that for the future, but I'm really into, again, I buy these robots with my own money. I'm not paid for these videos. I do earn, I am able to do this for a full-time job from commissions off of the links. And I have my website that I just started, justadadapproved.com. And on there, you're going to see some gold stars. These are ones that I can't say enough good things about. Now, no robot is perfect. There have been people that have bought the Mova P10 Pro and they've left comments. I've got a bad one. It does happen. But I think for the most part, you're going to get a great robot vacuum cleaner. Justadadapproved.com. When it makes it to that website, that is like a gold standard for me. I'm not going to put, you may see a robot with my sticker, but I'm not going to put it on that website. So right now, if the E25 is on that website, I'm going to take it off because I'm just got to do some more testing on it. But then again, I'm not super impressed with what's going on here. Okay, I wanted to show you the base stations. This is after all the big testing. And here we can see the Eovax. It's just, you know, that was a big mess. And there's still dirty water left in there. That's where it cleans the mop roller. That's dirty. It's not, this design is weird to me because water flows down, it washes here, but there's no drain. It has to build up and then drain over. I don't see a drain in there. I can't understand what's going on there. Saros 10R. Same big mess. Look, it's got these wipers that clean itself, but the mop pads sit up here. They get cleaned on these little nubs. The hot water comes down. Then hot air comes in, dries this dock. And this is a tray you take over. Now there is some dirty water down there, but it's dry. It's not dirty. I mean, it's not wet. Mova P10 Pro. Same thing. Mop pads are cleaned up here. This is not wet. That area, there are little wipers that clean it, and then this area is dried at the same time. Now the E25, this whole thing, I don't know what this is. This is such a weird thing. See, water does get down there, but it doesn't get drained out, or it does get sucked out, but it has to get above a certain level. And this one's a little different. It splatters when it cleans, you know, which isn't too bad, but I have had it splatter out, you know, a little bit here and there. So I do recommend watching this video to its entire length. It's kind of fun. We had fun. We even did a dance. We did a remopping, second cleaning dance. So work on your dance when we see a remopping event. But yeah, I'd recommend watching it. At the end, you're going to see a light bulb moment where I'm like, these, I'm just not a big fan of these for this very reason. So again, this is one of my longest videos. I'm going to do a simpler talking head version where I'm just standing in front of the camera and talk about them. But let me know what you think of this style video. It's super long, and I just don't, I don't know what I'm doing sometimes. And this is just how I operate. And this, I want to share my experiences with you. And it seems like I'm just doing that kind of a real-time world. And I like it. I think it's great when I learn something at the same time you're learning it. So again, watch this 30-minute video, and thanks for watching. Okay, who's ready for some fun? We're going to start cleaning all of them at the same time. I mean, does this not look like fun? If we're not having fun, then what's the point? Now, I know there's no scientific results here. The Yuthi E25 is off to a head start. This is a really big mess. All right, E25's off to the corner. I gotta get a chair. We gotta settle in. Grab some popcorn. Ooh, the E25 is off to a good start. Followed by the Mova P10 Pro. Yeah, I really do want to like that E25. It is going to town. Followed by the S1 Eovax. Saros has finally figured out what's going on. There he goes. Look at the S1 go. Oh, this one's got an error. I'll look on the mop. I'll try to look on the app, see what's going on. Bonus footage. Abnormal brush roller. Big hair ball. All right, it should work. Yeah, I'm not sure, that must have caused it. Mova P10 Pro is like, I got this.
Returning to base
Yuthi S1 is said, I've had enough. He's going back to the base station. I don't think he made more than a couple passes. Oops. Roller brush it. Oh, that's the roller brush. I'm sorry. The dirty water tank. Ooh. No. I don't see anything. And it's got the new dirty water tank. Do we have a new problem? It said brush. Whoa! I did tilt it forward, so all that stuff. Saros, get back in the game. He's over here like, what's going on? Okay, Saros is back in the game. He doesn't like to play. Mova's like, I'm in charge. Let's go. Yeah, you would think after all of this floor would be spotless. It doesn't look spotless though. Roller brush stuck on the E25. Ooh, this is interesting. Did we just discover a new problem? Now, there was a lot of dry material. I'm suspecting the dry material got in with the brush roller. Whoa. Hang on here. Roller brush. Well, which one? So they're calling these the roller brushes. Oh, I thought maybe it was something else. We'll give him a look here in a second. Saros is finally getting his act together. Eovax has had the hardest time, I think. Mova just seems like he doesn't care that there's other robots here. He's still going to try to get the job done. Now, Saros, where are you going? That is not where I told you to clean. It's over there. Robots randomly go somewhere else. All right. It says, oh, there's the jam. That's hilarious. Did I miss it? Its side brush came out. We'll just leave that off. All right, back in the game. It is interesting to know, though. It came off. I wouldn't think a side brush would come up. Maybe, I don't know, maybe you got in a fight with another one. All right, Saros is back. You know, the S1 left early. He said he was all done. He's back home resting. So the E25 and the Mova P10 Pro, just, he seems like he was wanting to clean the most. These two got distracted. Eovax and the Saros got distracted easily. Yuthi just went hard too quick, got all jammed up. Yep, even with this test, Mova P10 Pro, the winner. Now these are some scientific results here. The Saros picked up that big hair wad. This room better be spotless. Nobody leaves till it's spotless.
Wash the mopping pad.
Eovax thinks he's going home.
Pause returning.
Whoa! Look at that. Yeah, he must have a sensor to let him know that his dirty water tank's full. We'll check the E25's water tank. Then we'll check these mop pads. The E25 looks like he's doing his second round. Oh, here goes the Mova P10 Pro. He's going to do his second round.
Completed. Return to the dock.
Okay, you got to pass by the inspector.
5.
Dustbin relatively full. Where are you going? Mop pad's full, a little bit of hair wrap. We got to catch the Saros.
Return to the dock.
Where'd you go? Look at him mopping over here. He should not be anywhere over here. I'll wait till you're done. Saros left the room about 3 or 4 times.
Positioning succeeded. Resume returning to the dock.
And then there were 2. But I think Eovax is coming back. All right, you gotta pass by the inspector. See, I would like to see that cleaned a little bit better, but it just came from the base station. Yeah, the E25 and the Mova P10 held its pattern the best during the chaos. I found them in their pattern more often than these. He's like, I'll extend my side mop at you. I'll extend my side brush. They're having a side brush, side mop fight. I must say the floor is getting pretty clean. That was really dirty. I just threw mud and all kinds of confetti and dirt, dry dirt, and long hairs. There goes Saros. Eovax wonders too. He shouldn't be out this far either. There goes Saros all the way ring around the rosy. There's what I'll use when I'm done. Swiffer power mop. But maybe not. All right, Saros says he's returning to the dock. Got a pass inspection. Quite a bit. Mop pad's got some hair, no hair here. Ooh, E25's going home. No, you don't. Well, we've already kind of looked at you. We've already kind of looked at you. Yeah, there's a problem. The flap doesn't work very well. You know, that could be a problem. It could be depositing dirt. Whoops, I was gonna.
Water tank removed.
Oh, it feels full. Where does the water go? Sorry, it kills my back. It's bent over like that, but let's... Wow, it's full. I wonder if there's a float. I think there's a float. Lots of dirt and debris in here. And now everything will get sucked out of that port right there. And again, the new dirty water tank has this plastic or this flexible, you know, I forget what you call it. Eovax is going home. Saros, he was going home, but I told him to re-clean, I guess. Oh my gosh, came out. But that's a little disturbing. I'll have to keep an eye on that. He was headed home and then I stopped him.
Stop charging. About to start automatically. Positioning successful.
Bonus footage. Oh, who undocked himself? What did we get? A remopping event? Do we have to do a dance? I think we're gonna have to do a dance. Head-on collision. The second clean. Okay, we gotta do a dance. Mova P10 Pro. He's going back to do a second cleaning. All right, show me your dance. Woohoo! Second cleaning underway. And if you want to post that on Facebook, just tag Just a Dad Videos. We got a second cleaning with the Mova P10 Pro. And he's got the job all to himself. All right. He is my favorite. I do have a favorite robot. It is the Mova P10 Pro. I cannot lie. I may post this just by itself. Yep, love it. Absolutely love it. Second cleaning underway. And see, its docking station, even though there's a little bit of dirt, it's down here. The mop pads aren't in it. Very big in my opinion. You've got the whole room to yourself, Mova. Good job. And that's why he earned the gold star. Yep, and that's why you earned the gold star. JustADadApproved.com, gold star recipient. Amazing robot vacuum cleaner that I absolutely love. This floor is actually pretty clean. I don't think I'm gonna need to look at the corner. Everybody helped out get the corner clean. Who's gonna clean that up? All right. I just got the X40 fired up. We'll give him a job to do. Way to go, Mova. Sarlston R. The Eovax says he's done. All right, it auto-emptied good. Dirty water still. And this I don't like. This doesn't seem like it washes in dirty water, and I just don't, because that's where it washes the mop roller. Yeah.
Roller mop removed.
Cleaned it. It's definitely hot.
Roller mop installed.
That's gonna need some maintenance. No hair wrap. Got some dirt on the wheel. Dirt on here.
Charging. Start auto empty.
Auto empty went good. Mop pads. Good shape. Good job. Well, he's got to wash his mop pads. Dirty water tank.
Dustbin removed.
That flapper, I gotta keep an eye on that.
Dustbin inserted. Water tank removed.
It doesn't clean it either. But it does empty it out better. Yeah, there's still quite a bit in there. I guess I Was just under the impression that it cleaned the dirty water tanks, but apparently not. I don't know that I want a robot going around with a bunch of dirty water. Like, so we may have just learned something. Do we want, you know, do we want robots with dirty water in them? Did we just learn something? He's lost. Did we just learn something? Do we want robots carrying around dirty water? These don't. Did we just blow our result out the water? Look, this, I love this dock. The dirty water, this has a self-cleaning dock. See, it's not washing the mop pads in dirty water. Did we just, this isn't carrying around dirty water. It's got these pretty clean, and it's gonna blow air on these and dry them. Did we just come up with something? I cannot believe it. Oh my gosh, I think we did. Do I want that sitting in a robot and then going around my house? Okay, I guess I told the Eovax to clean, I'm sorry. He's over there trying to do what he's told. I told him to go clean. I thought I told him to dock. Again, I don't like one button robots. It's got one button. Give me at least a dock button and a start button. I don't like one button robots. Did we just learn something? This thing's been leaking up here. I don't like that. I don't know if it's me or...
Task completed. Please empty the used water tank timely. Start dehydrated mop pad.
Let me know what you think. I think we just stumbled upon something that I had no idea. Now, I would get the tri-cut brush. Those work amazing from Dream. Do have a little bit of hair wrap. None here. Look, we got some hair wrap on this. That's kind of like the Saros did. But this is all going to get dry. This gets dry. This, the dirt's here. It's not up here where the mop pad's being washed. And it's got the scrapers too. I think we learned something that yeah, auto empty worked good. We learned a couple things. I like auto empties that come out the side. I don't like auto empties that go out the bottom. I don't think that'll be a thing ever. I don't want robots going around with dirty water. I'm going to say it.
Charging. Start dehydrating mop pad.
Yep. And that's, so wow, you got to watch this all the way to the end. And we learned something at the very end. I love what I do. I love this channel. I love doing this type of videos. I told the X40 to go clean. Now, where is he? I'm late for a dinner appointment. I'm gonna get in trouble. Where'd you go, X40? So I think we learned something. This will be in my future videos. They carry around dirty water. In that tray, the scraper tray, and the dirty water tank. And even more so over here. These are a little bit bigger dirty water tanks, but the same thing. So why don't you wash them better? Why don't you push water in there and get it out? Like what?
Charging pin disconnected. Please push the robot back into the station.
I think this is the same.
Dirty water reservoir
Ooh,
removed.
he didn't clean it all. Well, what's the point? I know this is an extreme test. He did come back and clean, but he didn't clean. I mean, he sort of cleaned, but what's the point? You know, all those TikTok videos that you see of these things cleaning all the mud, those are just a joke.
Charging.
X40 he didn't get lost. He was cleaning in there for some reason. I got to do more videos on him. He's kind of been a sleeper. I've forgotten about him since I hooked the water lines up, and he's actually a really good robot. Yep, I'm in trouble. I'm 7 minutes late to our pizza party. This is so much fun though. I gotta go. We had another party. We had another dance. Again, tag me, Just a Dad videos, Just a Dad. If you do a Just a Dad, if you do a second cleaning, remopping event, but wow, did we learn something tonight. This was an all-day video. Started out, I had no idea what I was doing, but what was going through my brain is people want to see, because as I was doing the dirty water tank on the E25, I'm like, people have really been asking about mop pads versus brush rollers. And wow, was I surprised. And I wouldn't have done it unless I did this long form video, simple testing. I don't think you would see what I saw. And I don't think, let me know what you think, but I'm going to say no to, they've got to be able to clean their dirty water tanks better than that, I think. Because that water is going to sit there. And if it sits there for a week, I don't know if it's going to dry. I don't know if it's going to get moldy. Spinning mop pads do not have that. So again, I really do appreciate everybody's support. JustADadVideos.com, and wow, what a video. Wow. That's all I got to say, but I'm in trouble. So I got to go. JustADadVideos.com. If you could, please like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.